Evening, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Splork Armory. So we just got done with those 6 tanks, and let's begin. We have the SLP AMX Anti-Tank 1. This was pretty much just the earliest design, most standard design of an anti-tank. Pretty much you would have, like, I would say 2 or 3 people that would kind of like, you know, push this thing around, and then they would set it up and it would shoot very weak tanks. Like, let's see if I can find one. I don't know, something like this. The S26-2, like, you know, probably shoot that in the turret or something. You know, like, extremely weak. Or something like that. But yeah, that's what you would use that for. Very early design, a weak gun, but it was, you know, cheap to produce. And then they came out with the second model, which was just downright improved. Now, of course, it was a lot heavier. Okay, so mobility was greatly reduced. Like, you would need a lot more people to push this thing around. And do keep in mind that it still has weak suspension. But anyway, SPL AMX Anti-Tank 2. Basically, it was just a bigger design. It could actually bounce bullets from the front plate there, and it had a bit more powerful cannon. You know, it could penetrate like maybe something like that there. You know, perchance, or maybe that right there behind it, that gray one there. And then they came out with a full design, which literally needed to be carried on like a transport vehicle, and then with this one you could actually like the wheels actually moved very slowly, but they still moved. The SPL AMX Anti-Tank 3. Now this was actually like a real like anti-tank. Like, this was probably the second most produced. Like, I think this one was the most used one. But you did see a few of these, and this could easily penetrate something like probably that, I would say, and probably that right there. Very big cannon. And then they came out with the 4th version, the SPL AMX Anti-Tank 4. Now this thing was rarely seen because it was very expensive to build and it got destroyed quite easily. But basically, you would have one of these things up on some like super high mountain, and it would just completely obliterate whatever it shot at. Only problem was, you know, it doesn't have a turret, so you'd have to turn the whole thing, which required a lot of space, and it was very slow, but it had a huge cannon and a good amount of armor too. So this thing was great for like looking down very long straight paths. This thing could easily penetrate something like you could shoot the weak spots, probably shoot straight through the whole upper hull of this thing. I mean, I would say it'd probably bounce off, you know, the middle plate of that there, but it could probably penetrate the upper plate, like the middle kind of area here, but it would just ricochet off this bottom plate. But you know, very strong, extremely. And still kind of mobile. Now that thing was like completely independent, like you could completely drive that thing. And then they came out with the this was just some bunker, the Bunker 112. Basically, now I know this is completely unrealistic because you can't even move the gun, so it's like you would build this thing and it'd be able to shoot like straight this way. So let's say the tank was like there, well, you'll be screwed basically. But let's forget about being realistic and just kind of, you know, basically it was a extremely well-armored bunker, completely sloped from the front with, you know, just, I guess that's, well, it's 4 layers of concrete, like, there, and then it just kind of branches off for the slope. But pretty sure you had like 4 blocks of concrete on the side, so that's 2 blocks, 2, so I guess, you know, around 3, I would say, blocks of pure concrete on both sides, and the rear was, I think, only 2. Yeah, 2, so the rear was weak, but, so that is Bunker 112, and also it had quite a strong roof, so it was good against, aircraft. And we have the Splorky 711/4i. basically just a improved 7-Eleven with the oscillating turret. Extremely weak turret, but the entire crew stayed inside the hull while the turret was completely independent. You know, you would just control it from the hull. It had its own light source, you know, so I guess the enemy could see you and shoot you, but oh well. And it had somewhat of a strong middle plate around 2 blocks there, with somewhat of kind of spaced armor here, I guess. And it had quite a good auto-loading gun with a machine gun on the turret as well. So thank you for watching, like, favorite, and subscribe. And yeah, make sure to look out for more Splork Armory, excuse me, episodes in the future.